Hi, and welcome to a new video of this MOOC. It is very frequent that in our applications we have a set of components that have to share information between them. In this video, we are going to learn how to manage this component interaction. So let's imagine we have an application that is just displaying to the user a list of to-dos. We would have a parent component, to-do list component, that has a list of the to-dos that is rendering in the view. Okay, so this component, the parent component, the to-do list component, has then the information about each of these to-dos and will pass to each child component the details about it. Okay, in order to do this, we will use the input decorator. We will see the details in the next slide. On the other hand, when the user click on one of these to-dos, in order to tell the application that this to-do is already completed, it will pass, this child element will pass to the parent element this information using an output property, an output decorator. Okay, we will then register an event that the parent component will listen to. But let's see now the details. Okay, here in this slide we have the logic of the child element, and you can see here how this child element needs the information of the to-do, of the specific to-do it is rendering. Okay, so for doing this, we are going to use a to-do object that is just an object that has the name of the to-do and then a Boolean property that just says if the to-do is already completed or not. So in order to pass this information about the to-do from the parent component to the child component, we use the input decorator. So we are here saying to Angular that this is a property that comes from the parent element, and we can see here in the parent element how we are displaying the list of to-dos that is here in this to-dos array, and for each to-do, for each child component, we are here telling Angular that the specific information about the to-do is here in the property to-do. That would be displayed or included in this input property of the child element. Okay, so this is the way in which from the parent component we are passing to each of the children the information about the specific to-do. Then on the other sense, when the user clicks in a specific to-do in the child element, we have to handle this. This event that in this case is called handle to-do check, and then we have to use an output decorator in order to emit an event that will be sent to the parent. In order to do this in Angular, we have to use an event emitter that is decorated with this output property. So when the user clicks in this button, the handle to do check method is called, and this method just sends to the just execute the method emit of the event emitter we have decorated with this output decorator. Okay. On the other hand, in the parent component, we have defined this check to do method that, as you can see here, is included in each of the children of the to-do list. And what this method is doing here in the parent component is just to call an method we have defined, as you can see here, in the to-do list component logic. Okay, so you can see here in the template we have included for each children element, for each of the children, this method handle check, and we are passing here this event property that, as we have shown before, this is just the specific to-do in which the user has clicked. Okay, and here in this case we are just displaying a log that is saying, okay, this specific to-do is done, is already done. Okay, so this is the way in which we pass information from parents to children and from children to parents. Okay, using input and output properties. Input and output decorators. It's very important to import, of course, the input and output decorators before using it, and for doing this we have just to import them from the Angular core library. Okay, so every time we are going to include these decorators, we have previously to import them. And here I just showing you an alternative way of including these input and output properties. Okay, you can define them as we have shown in the previous slides, but we can also include these input and output properties here in the component metadata. But this is just an alternative way of doing it. Okay, so that's all for this video. We can now use several components in our application that share information between them, and that's all. See you in the next video. Bye.